Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com. Today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Lapis Semi-Flush. This is a beautiful fixture. 121371 is the style number. Let's get into it. So, overall height of the fixture itself is going to be 9.6 inches, and that's going to be the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling itself. 19.3 inches in diameter, so you're talking about that big, more or less. Canopy that's going to be going on the ceiling is going to be 5-inch round, going over your 4-inch junction box. And to show you more information about this, we're going to look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on our site, HandmadeInVermont.com, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say, click here for Installations Instructions PDF. Open that up for me. It's going to show you a full parts list of all the parts that come with it. It's going to show you how it goes over your junction box. It's going to show you that's going to be coming with this retaining ring tool, which I'll get into in a second. And take advantage of those lists, because those installations instructions, they're on all of the Hubbardton Forge fixtures on our site, and they're always in the same place. So they offer you a lot of information, a lot of line drawings, and so you can kind of get a picture of the whole thing, including what it's like inside the canopy. So it's always good to look at. Okay, so it's going to be using 4 of these medium base sockets, and these medium base sockets basically use the same larger size screw-in that we all grew up with, and it's going to be able to take up to 4 type B, and this is the type B. So type B basically is the skinnier version of, you know, something like this. This is a type A, type B. And the reason is then you can easily get this into smaller pieces of glass. You can go up to 60 watts in each of these for incandescent. If you guys want to do LED, it's really up to you. So this is a type B clear LED, and I think this is probably a 40 watt equivalent, maybe a 60 watt equivalent, hard to tell. But there's no limit when you get into LEDs. It's really up to you. You can go, I would probably, if I could get this in a 60, I would probably do the 460s and put it on a dimmer. It is a dimmable fixture. Tell your installer you're using LEDs if you're going to do that. And you'd be fine with that. Okay. So the other thing about LEDs is you can choose the color temperature, and I talk about it all the time. The color of the light coming out of these LEDs above me is 3000 Kelvin. That's a nice warm light. If you like bluish light, that's the outdoor light. That's called daylight. They call it daylight, and that's 4000, 5000 Kelvin. But if you like the warmth of an incandescent bulb, go for the 3000 Kelvin. That's going to be a very important thing for you guys. Okay, let's talk about how you put this kind of thing together. So it's very simple. When you're putting the glass on, you'll notice there are retaining rings that are going to go over the threaded sockets, right? So see how that just goes over like that? And there's a little bit of a play because of these things, sockets can warm up and they expand, so it's always good to have a little play on these things. You'll notice it's not a big deal. Anyway, on these retaining rings, you have a flat side and you have a side with a little ribbing on it, and the little ribbing parts are going to be fitting into the parts of this retaining tool. This is metal, okay, and it has a flared end to it. It's going to accept, this side, sorry, it's going to accept it like that. You're going to be putting the glass on like this, and this is going to take the place of your hand getting into the glass, because some people, their hand may be too big to get into the glass to put this on. So you're going to use this as a proxy, and basically, let's say this is the piece, right? So righty tighty, lefty loosey, and you're going to put it on until it's snug but not too tight, and then you're going to just pull it off, and the glass is going to be on the fixture. Do not throw this away. Put it into a junk drawer someplace so you'll have it 10 years from now if you need it, okay? Okay, the glass dims on this 4.92 inches high by 3.91, so you're going to have no problem getting one of these in there. You could also, if you wanted to, this is a A15. You might be able to get this in there too. This is a, remember, this is our A19. Ooh, sorry about that. This is our A19, which is even bigger than an A15. And is what it is, but I would probably stick with this guy. So this is a nice little light bulb. You can get them in a flame tip, you can get them in frosted, you can get them in incandescent. There are all kinds of different ways you can get them. Glass on this, you're going to have 2 options. Opal, which I'll get into later in the video, and water glass. So opal is the white glass. It's an opaque glass. You're not going to be able to see any of this kind of thing. If you do the water glass, it's going to be a clear glass with a slight wave. Think of like ice that forms along a stream in Vermont, and right now, this morning, it's 15 degrees below zero right now, and it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. So ice is forming along streams, and it has that kind of wave to it. So it's a very pretty look. But just remember, you'll be able to see what's in this. And how they kind of cover up this bottom part is you're going to get what's called a retaining cup. This is a smaller version, but it's a decorative cup that's going to be the same, basically the same finish as the rest of the fixture, pretty close to it. And this will kind of cover that up, so you won't have to be able to see that part of it. So I want to touch on Hubbardton Forge's glass for just a second. Hubbardton Forge's opal glass is not just another piece of white glass. This is actually hand-blown glass. All of their glass is hand-blown. And to begin with, it's actually a clear piece of glass to start with. And then they come in, they blow a second layer on the inside of white glass. Then they come back and they do a third step where they sandblast the entire outside. So you'll notice when you get these in your hands, they actually have layers of glass on them on the end. You can see them on these two pieces. And it gives it this really soft, semi-transparent, kind of milky quality. It's a soft glowing piece. Really, really pretty. You know, they're really obsessed about details at Hubbardton Forge, and a lot of people don't. I don't think they appreciate it out in the world, but you appreciate it because that's why you guys are here watching this video. There you go. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you're on our website, HandmadeInVermont.com, do me a favor, look over on the left-hand side of the screen. You're going to see a lot of red tabs over there. One is going to be the Finishes Help Guide. When you're done with this video, go over there and open that up for me, and you're going to see a video at the top of that page of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a color chart just below the video, so scroll down a little bit, you'll see that chart. You'll notice there are pictures that have the letter A on them, pictures that have the letter B on them, and I'm going to be talking about that range you can see in variants on there in that video. So it's really important to watch the video, use that chart. When you're done with all that, come back down to that chart. You can click on any of those pictures and see a lot more samples of Hubbardton Forge fixtures in that finish. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in dark smoke, click on dark smoke. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in vintage platinum, do the same, and so on and so on and so on. That's a great way for you to see a lot of Hubbardton Forge stuff in different finishes and really take advantage of that, okay? So our showroom in Vermont has over 350 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's On display page on our website. It's going to be back in the red tabs over there. A lot of good things in that section. Check out. So when you open that up, you'll see it's all divided up into different sections like dining pendants and outdoor lighting. We're always adding to that. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. They don't even have a showroom like this. Nobody does. And they use this as their showroom when you guys come to Vermont to visit us. So lots and lots to see here. You can see all the different glass, all the different finishes, all the different fabrics, all of those things. In addition to that, we have a clearance center. So the clearance center stuff are returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. That's an amazing deal for you. If you guys want to take advantage of that, you have to come here to Vermont to see us. And when you do me a favor, measure all the kind of things about your project and what you guys are doing. So the most important thing is measure your ceiling heights to begin with. Measure distances between junction boxes and like windows and ceilings and those kind of things. So if you're looking at sconces on the wall, you can see if they're going to fit for you. If you're doing pendants over a kitchen island, measure the distances between those junction boxes. Widths of tables, kitchen tables, dining tables, lengths of tables, islands, all that good stuff. And also do a couple more things. If you guys have some tablets or iPads lying around, take pictures of all these things. Take pictures of the kitchen, take pictures of the projects you're doing. Bring that in so we can kind of go through those pictures together and we'll be able to see what you guys are up to, okay? And also the boxes and clearance stuff, for clearance stuff, are basically packed for shipping. Don't forget, these were supposedly shipped out. So the boxes tend to be on the bigger side, so bring a decent size SUV if you want to take stuff home. It's a really good opportunity for you. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. We're the only dealer that offers 90-day returns and no restocking fees. That's 3 months after you receive something to send it back, and there's no restocking fee on that. Some larger items and custom things, and it's usually going to be big things on pallets, are going to be non-returnable. It'll always tell you on the page for an item if that is the case, so always keep an eye out for that. And we also offer a rush program. So to get all these different metal finishes, Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock. They generally take about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. We can cut that time in half, and it's really, really inexpensive. If you want to know more about that, just drop me a quick email and I can clue you in on details, okay? So our showroom in Vermont is open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to drop a quick email, you can do that all the time. and that's going to be at sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. Or you can call me during business hours, 802-446-2400. So thank you for stopping in today, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.